Hi, stamping friends. This is Oksana from funstamper.com. Right now it's Wednesday, 6 p.m. and it is time for Funky Wednesday Facebook Live. I come to you every Wednesday, the same time, and show you the new technique or the new fold. I love some new unexpected folds, and I have new one for you today. So give me a minute. Let me pull you on my computer to make sure that everything is how it's supposed to be, and we'll get started. So I have really cool cards for you today. I always try to craft with a purpose, and when I saw this fold, I immediately thought about cards for Easter, right? It's time to do Easter cards. I mean, we pretty much have maybe 7 days, and we need to mail them. So it's a double Z fold, but this one I did it before, and I'm kind of not fond of those folds a lot because it seems like it's a lot of pieces and it's super hard. But I came across this particular one, and I thought, oh my gosh, it's super easy. And what is cool, it's like when it's folded, it's slightly smaller, so it's only using half sheet of paper. We actually made this card yesterday at my wine shop class, and I think this was a favorite of everybody. They say it looks so complicated, but it's super easy. All right, ready to create? So I do see you guys. Let me know if your screen refreshing. Mine's kind of froze on the intro. I see you guys' comments, but let me maybe escape and do one more time to make sure, and we will get created. Hold on. All right, technology, 1 second. I just wanted to make sure that it's doing what it's supposed to do. 1 second. Last couple times I actually pulling everything on my computer. It seems I have a better luck to see the comments and kind of interact. I guess it's a bigger screen. So also, if you wanted to follow along, I have a cool surprise for you. So we're gonna make this Easter card because I have everything already pre-cut, so it's easy one. But if you wanted to kind of do mass production of, let's say, some card, grab piece of cardstock, one piece, and I'm going to be cutting with you and scoring at the same time, piece of basic white and couple sheets of DSP. So you'll see how quick and easy it is to create. All right, let's get started. So for this card, we're actually gonna use this stamp set. I completely forgot about it, Daffodil Daydream. We used to kind of do the stamp set last year when it came. I really like the Mother's Day and Easter blessing and stuff like that. But I kind of put it aside and forgot, but I pulled it because of Easter sentiments. Okay, so for this card, like I mentioned before, you really need to have half sheet of paper, and this one is already scored. Again, I'm pulling extra from my class, and we're gonna assemble it and give you some tips of mass production, but then we're gonna create something from scratch. Yeah, Sherry, we all need any ideas, right? We need ideas to work with. And yeah, I actually, let's see, look like I need to cut extra piece. So we need to have a piece that's gonna measure 4 1/4 by 8 1/2, and we're gonna score it at 2 1/8 and at 4 1/4. And this is your normal Z fold. And then we will have another piece that is pretty much the same. It's just 1 1/4 by 8 1/2 and scored exactly the same. So you could see when I put those together, it's exactly half sheet, right? So that Z fold, it's actually, this one is Z and this one is opposite Z. And this is how it's here. So super, super simple and pretty impressive how it stands. So for extra pieces, we need 4x4 for inside. Then I really love basic white border. So we will have 2 pieces measured 4 inches by 1/7/8 for this one. And we will need to have designer paper. And I'm using this one is Dainty Design from Celebration. I have some leftovers. This is kind of perfect yellow and green for Easter, so this is what I was using. So, and this is 1 3/4 by 3/7/8. All the measurements going to be posted on my blog Friday. I'm skipping tomorrow, but let's just go ahead and glue really quick, and we're gonna create that particular card. So as you could see here, you don't really use a lot of designer paper. And if you don't want an extra layer, extra white border, you could use 1/7/8 by 4 of designer paper. Maybe you wanted to emboss cardstock. I just love extra layers. So, and you're gonna glue those. So it's also nice because you could use 6x6, and you could use your scrap pieces of paper. You're gonna glue those one here. So as you could see, it's coming pretty quickly. It has a lot of color and a lot of sun in exactly my eyes. All right. So far quick and easy. Just make sure that if you would like to stamp along with me my next card, kind of, or cut along and practice this fold, make sure you grab 1 piece of cardstock and 1 piece of basic white and some DSP, and we're gonna cut together. Why I like this fold also, this one is perfect for mass production. We did create few cards before. They're really nice and really pretty, but it's one of a kind. I don't think you could create 10 of those. So for this piece, for the longer one, you will need to have a piece 1x4, and this piece is 1 by 1/7/8. Both pieces are the same. So I kind of chose this paper as from a teacup, I think. Some floral. I actually had plenty of strips, so it's nice to use those. And the middle gonna match our green. All right, super easy, right? Right now, just a bunch of gluing and cutting. And at that point, we will be ready to put our fold together. So what I did for my class, so class goes faster, I already apply sticky strip. So this is a smaller piece. I apply it on the back. And here I also apply sticky strip, and I kind of wanted to make sure it's not past the 2-inch mark, right? So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna remove that sticky strip, tear tape, you name it, how you want. You're gonna pull it off, and you're gonna adhere it like so, flush with the side. Then you're gonna fold this piece back, remove the remaining tear tape, and close it. And isn't that simple? Look, ta-da! I love it. It's so easy. Yes, when it's folded, it's a little bit smaller, right? But when it stands, it's pretty decent size with real estate. What I like with this particular fold is that because it's 4 1/4 tall and 4 1/4, so if you decided to decorate and you decided, let's say, add extra, I didn't do it here, but like if you wanted to have your flower kind of stick out of the card, it's not a big deal because you still could fit it in an envelope, okay? Let me also, so like I was showing you, it's really cool for mass production. You cut a bunch of pieces, glue it when you're watching TV. Also with some of the images, and this is what I did for class as well. If you do mass production and you do have a Stamparatus, it's much faster to actually die cut bunch of those daffodils like that. You die cut a mask. Let me kind of start over so you could see. So you take a piece, right? You die cut a mask, and then you die cut bunch of those. I probably die cut 20, right? Then you take your Stamparatus. Do I have a clean sheet? Let's see. So pretend my sheet is clean. I'm not sure where's my entire box, probably didn't unpack. So you're gonna go ahead with, imagine it's clean sheet, doesn't need to be, but I put my stamp on a block or on a side of Stamparatus and I stamp, right? Right now a little bit will be confusing, but you get a drill, right? So you could see around, look like this piece didn't stamp. Okay, so now you take your mask and you're gonna position it around. It's really easy to position. You could have perfect sides, right? You could see exactly your image stamped through that mask. You apply your magnets and you're ready to rock and roll. It's just so fast. Just put it inside and ink it. And you keep stamping. And if something didn't come up right, you could restamp easily. Look, it's perfect. And you just remove it and you keep going. So this way it's much faster than aligning every single one of them. And let me also stamp Easter Blessing in the same color. So Easter Blessing. And I also love the daffodils because I technically, ooh, white on white, let me move it down, much better. What I like with the daffodil, you don't need to do elaborate coloring. You could basically take, I did Granny Apple Green and just a little bit because daffodils could be white. So this is how I cheated, right? So you just go ahead and do that. All right. So let's just put the card together and we will have, I actually gonna have 4 Easter cards done. I'm excited. And I have some other stuff pre-cut. We're gonna take our dimensionals, this is my gold, it's come from a double punch to oval punch, like to use those. Then we get daffodils on a dimensional as well, maybe one more. And so you could technically go this way. It's you have a room. I'm gonna go this way. And I cut tiny butterfly. It's from the same die. Here you go. And we're gonna just put it with the glue or with the glue dot somewhere. Still need to find my glue dot. And we don't have Granny Apple Green ribbon, but that parakeet patty, it's actually matches perfectly. And it's tiny ribbon, kind of little bling, so I really like it to do. Yeah, Stamparatus is a great time saver for mass production. I sometimes forget to use this trick when I do at home, but let's say when I prepare for class where I'm not really taking my die cut machine. So this is the way we actually use a lot of Stamparatus on my class. So that's it. Look, easy peasy. 3 cards, so you have an Easter card. If you have this daffodil stamp set, you could use it. Think about that you could actually extend and maybe put an oval. And I wanted to do, I actually could not find my stamp set that he's risen. I wanted to do religious cards this year, and I bought this stamp set. Didn't find it today. So somewhere laying and smiling at me. But this one is, you could really decorate any way you want. And it's impressive fold. You still have room for a little bit of note. All right, so what do you think? Are you gonna attempt to use that? So hopefully you like this fold. But now let me show you how to really make this fold fast, right? Versus cutting pieces, scoring pieces. Let me put things aside. And we will do some cutting and scoring. So I decided I want to create 2 different cards. I did practice. We're going to do something similar with 2 of my favorite streets that I'm using right now, By the Bay and Regency Park. I always use something that was just on my desk because I was actually, today I was super busy finishing tutorial, packing on my classes to go with Regency Park. So it was something that I was using. So let's pick, I'm picking Balmy Blue. I don't know, it's my favorite color, or let's say most used color, but we'll see. So first we're gonna score. So the biggest time saving will be if you're gonna score first. So we're gonna take our scoring tool and position our full sheet of paper so 8.5 side is on top. If you're gonna score at 2 1/8, so 2 and then 1 tick mark, and then we're gonna score at 4 1/4. That's it, 2 score marks. Now we're gonna bring our cutter, and I'm gonna bring actually the cutter that I use all the time. I was stamping up, bring it back. This is my guillotine cutter. Just much faster for me than on other one. Then we position on 11-inch side and we cut 2 pieces, 4 1/4. So here is your 2 card bases. And then whatever it left, you will cut at 4 1/4. And this is your belly band. That's it. You cut and score for 2 cards. So super, super fast. Okay, now we take basic white. Again, me and my borders. Of course, I need to use basic white, so it's easier when you cut everything at the same time. So you cut two pieces 4 by 4. So this is for our larger panel. Then we need 2 smaller panels that gonna measure 4 inches tall and then a little shy of 2 inches, so 1 7/8. And I need 4 of those because I'm making 2 cards. 1 7/8. Will I have one? Yes, I think I should have. 1 7/8. No, it's slightly shorter. So, all right. And by 4. Okay. So that piece kind of left over to do all your stamping. And let's think about designer paper. So we're gonna do By the Bay. I have some leftover pieces. So I want designer paper a little bit less than 4. So 3 7/8 and 1 3/4. So this is for my front, exactly the same size. For my side panel, it's not really visible, but I like when you open and you have little something. And it's 3 1/4, it's my scraps. Then we're gonna do long piece, 1 inch. And then we do by 4. And that smaller piece is 1 7/8. Okay, and let's cut another piece 1 inch 1/7/8. Okay, let's see what we're doing. Mystery. Okay, set it aside, and I will do the same with Petal Park. And I really want to use this paper. I really like this particular one. So we're gonna do, let's do 1/7/8. I'm thinking how to strategically cut the paper right. Let's do 4 1/7/8. I wanted to kind of create more cards, so, and I will do, let's do this one. 4 inches by 1. I had this scrap. So Night of Nami, one of the sides. And let's do inside, let's do Petal Pink inside. 1/7/8 by 4, maybe, by 3/7/8. You know, this one should be 3/7/8. I will repeat measurements in a little bit. And then I need 2 smaller pieces, liquid glue. And we will start gluing together, and you'll see how fast actually to create 2 cards at the same time. Which color you want? I need one small piece. 1/7/8. All right. I like to use a set of designer papers because all the colors are coordinating. So we're done with cutting. And we have a bunch of pieces, but it's gonna start making sense. Let me clean that. So let's start with our piece, right? So we're doing Z-fold. We're folding card in half, and we're folding this piece backwards. Okay. And we're doing exactly the same on this card. Our piece, small one, we're doing kind of similar, right? We're just turning it around. And the same here. Okay, let's start gluing. So here is my Petal Park, and here is my By the Bay. By the way, By the Bay is actually the dies finally back in stock. It was on back order for some time, and they came actually earlier than expected. So there's no dies on back order. I didn't forget. The only dies that on back order is Irresistible Bloom. Few punches on back order, but all the dies came back. So if you were looking for specific dies like Dainty Delight, one with a bee, Rain and Shine, Gnomes, was like a couple dies that were sold out. And as you could see, I'm start gluing Basic White, the big piece. You could probably stamp something in the corner. I'm just going simple. So remember, we're mass producing. Simple is good, right? Then we will take 2 white pieces, and let's do my By the Bay. Those and those. Both sides, I mean, so bright, so pretty paper. And some of you who watching, you do have, at least you have paper, even if you don't have dies, from my Creative Escape, right? Paper also have images that you could fussy cut, like that little bird on one of the sides of the paper. Believe me, you could fussy cut. We fussy cut that little bird yesterday in a class, in my one class. You know, after 2 glasses of wine, everybody did pretty good with fussy cutting. So we glue them, so see which one is front. Like I was saying, this side is optional, but it's nice to have little extra pizzazz for the card. Okay. If you're gonna make 2 of the same card, probably it's even faster because you're gonna be cutting from the same piece. So this is your fold. And your longer piece. I have trouble with a beautiful paper. You're like, okay, which side to use? I kind of want to go for a sand. So this is 1 inch by 4. That longer piece. The tiny piece, 1/7/8 by 1. I kind of, again, all pieces could be different. Doesn't need to match. And then we will take that little fishy. All right. And then those little fishes goes here, 1/7/8 by 1. Right, so this is your fold. Remember, strong adhesive because we're gonna be moving. So you're gonna apply here. You could kind of know where to apply on that smaller folded piece on the back. This one, I'm just approximately. You could technically fold it and apply a little bit less than this fold. Easier for me was to kind of put it in grid paper and go close to 2 inches. As I already working with tear tape, let me apply on this piece as well for our Petal Park card. Yeah, you definitely, as long as it's available and you would like to have some dies, I would not wait. Next week, our retired, what did I do wrong? Just need to rescore. Our retired list gonna come Wednesday, so we basically will know which items from the mini catalog and big catalog will retire and which one will possibly be moving to the new catalog. So at that point, basically, I think people will start ordering if they really like specific bundle or so it may sell out. And especially right now, if you're not sure about some re-inkers, you like them, you have ink pad, and it's possibilities those ink pads gonna retire, those colors like Evening Evergreen or Soft Succulent or any new in colors gonna retire. Pale Papaya, which one is my favorite, and Fresh Freesia. I don't know what I'm gonna do without Fresh Freesia. I just love that color so much. I'm not a purple girl, but so see, I fold it and remove it. So again, we're gonna put it like that, and you have a choice to put lower, higher. It does not matter. And then we're gonna remove this piece and fold it again. So it's really, really easy fold. And it's also, pretty forgiving, even if it's not exactly straight. When it's open, you don't even see it. See, this is the fold, and you could see all the designer paper. Probably will be cool if that blue will be here. But yeah, so super, super easy. All right. Comment and let me know if you already have some possible sweet in mind, or paper or stamp set that you would like to recreate this fold with. I'm really curious what's your thoughts are. Which paper you kind of have it in mind, or stamp set. We normally, what did I do wrong here? 1/7/8. Should be 3 1/4. Okay. Sometimes when you're talking, you're not doing a good job. Should be 1 3/4, and I did 1/7/8. Measurements for this particular kind of designer paper and stuff for this fold gonna be posted Friday, so check my site fanstamper.com, and also will upload video. I'm telling you, previous card I did good. This one cut it a little bit wrong. So 3/4. I did both pieces for some reason the same. All right, we're gonna glue this one. And I just love that paper. And remember, if you have a designer paper and maybe it doesn't have enough color, you wanted to add more, but it has outline like a black and white or kind of like one tone, like this one is pretty much one tone, right? It's blue and balmy blue with the outline. So keep in mind that you could, for example, because I'm using petal pink, I could just get myself a blend and I could just add color to the flowers, right? So I could change my designer paper the way I want if I want a little bit more color. So you could always change your designer paper a little bit, you know, not much, but it's kind of right now it's much more, that paper kind of look more cohesive with the pink side. So all right, and this one, let's glue the rest. This side is pretty too, but I'm probably not gonna match our card. I'm not gonna have anything. Daffodil Delight. If you miss my Regency class and you have this bundle and kind of have more ideas, check my class to go section tutorials. I do have tutorial for 6 cards. One of them were wow card. This was over the top, and I actually needed to shoot a video because it was impossible to describe how to make it. And 2 of them were other funky folds. We only made 5, but I made 1 yesterday. So I decided to include it in a tutorial. Yeah, so you have this option available too. Or if you're a demonstrator but need ideas and you're buying supplies from yourself, tutorials are available for sale on my site. And I'm gonna glue this one here. Oh, it's just blue and yeah, this Regency Park has 2 bundles, 2 stamp set, and one of them have matching dies, and one of them has matching punch. Long one with a punch, but with the dies, it's really fantastic. And this is what we're gonna use. We're gonna use dies. Actually, Chris, I was thinking about Hues of Happiness. I thought I'm gonna use those one too, and you could just cut images with you know, those animals from a designer paper, and you don't need to do anything. So it's actually really cool. All right, what did I do with labels here? So what I'm thinking, I have some stuff already pre-made, so you're not here all day. I still need to have garden to water and dinner to cook. So, so Regency Park, what I absolutely love about that, so see how the die, it's Sentimental Park, I should say, bundle. The die is absolutely amazing. It has 2 sets of dies, so one and one another one is smaller. And then it's also cut this die, and that die is fitting perfectly inside. It's so pretty, and you just don't even need much. Here, it's, you know, you stamp a sentiment, you wiggle it and it fits, and pre-cut. But you don't need much with that. So I think those dies, that duo, is my absolute favorite. And also stamp set. We had fun with this one. It's a bunch of different sayings, so you could actually create a phrase. Absolutely love that when you could say, just for your new adventure, just for your graduation, best wishes for your graduation, for your new baby, thinking. Stay on the label. Let me find it here. And I want a set of leaves. And I guess I'm kind of like a person you know, before a crush, I'm just frantically using Soft Succulent Evening Evergreen, and I don't know, I'll be so sad if it's retired. I don't, it's probably this set I will be the most upset to go. In Polished Pink, I'm okay with Sweet Sorbet. So Polished Pink, I probably could live without. I like the color, it's super bright. I like it. But you know, if it's retired and something else come up, I will be fine. But those two, I will be really, really upset. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I don't think even Evergreen gonna come back. But so we're gonna stamp leaves. So those leaves is actually from Petal Park. So you could see how we're kind of using both bundles. Let's see if I could stamp a little bit higher. Let's see, is my dog getting nuts? And I use, for my class, I use Evening Soft Succulent, but then I stamped off for inside. So I use basically one ink color to do things. All right, so let's just put it together. I'm gonna glue my happy birthday on the bottom, insert my label, and see what we're gonna have with that fold. It's also, which is nice with that fold, that you have relatively not a big amount to decorate, and sometimes it's much easier versus full card. Full card is a little bit is this one? Yeah, definitely you could use as a seating assignment. Put it too early for the ceremony. You could do like fancy labels. A lot of things could be done with that. With that label, it's really, really pretty. So we're gonna put it like so with dimensionals. Almost fresh pack. Always have multiples going on of dimensional on my table. And we're gonna put like in the middle. That's why I want a little bit of pink everywhere. And we're gonna put this blue also on dimensionals. Then I will think about the place to put a bow, but we at least add some bling. Okay, so what do you think? I'll have a bow somewhere and some bling. It's my bling. This is my another staple that I use all the time. It's called Irresistible Rhinestones, Iridescent Rhinestones. It's actually, I have a lot of those, and they go with any colors because they change in your color based where you put it. You also could put inside that pearlized accent paint. It also looks really cool, and those flowers actually changing a color. So if you have those and don't want to use your bling, use this piece or use those painted. Gonna get. All right, so this one is done. I'll add ribbon later. I'll need to think and come back to that. But this is the idea of the fold. Relatively simple, right? Perfect for mass production. All right, and let's just assemble quickly this particular card. I already cut the. I didn't fussy cut, but I have one cut. Actually, designer paper, like I mentioned, have it, so you could use it. I cut couple of other doodads, so I cut some gold tall grasses. We're gonna assemble there, and this is kind of pretty much similar as I did in my prototype. I use pieces that I had left over for my class. I'm gonna put him on a dimensionals on that side. And the stamp set, this is by Seaside Bay. Also really, really pretty. And I die cut a label, and I wanted to stamp just a note. So this one could be, you know, for any occasion, or for thank you or whatever. And we will do Night of Navy. See, we're even using pretty much similar ink pads, the same background for designer, for the card base. So it's kind of cool that those two suites have similar colors. All right, just a note. Put 2 dimensionals, and we are done with 2 cards. Let's try to put a bow. I could not have naked card. I'll have a hard time with a naked card. How about this one? I think it will look pretty. And I also have little seashell. Let's just put seashell here and inside. The seashell cut from designer paper, so the same pattern. And we'll put a bow. And I found some other bow from a class, the pink one. We will try to put that one in, and we will be done with that fold. So today the fold is easy and will be great for mass production, and require only half sheet of cardstock to create your double Z fold. All right, and then I'll need to do the pink bow. Oh, we will find a way to put it. Let's see. Pretty. Let's put that one. This ribbon, I believe it's retired ribbon. What did I do with the glue dots? I just have them. Yeah. And let's see what we created, how many cards we make. We just made with you, just right now, 3 cards. And that card pretty much was done from scratch, those last 2. All right, let's check it out. So this is Petal Park Suite with the paper and a matching stamp set and dies. This is by the Bay, just a note. We also have, this is my previous prototype that I made, so kind of similar, right? Just different paper. This is pretty similar card. And Easter cards somewhere. And here's all my Easter cards. Look at that. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you like it, please comment, share my video. Nothing you can do more for me as just put a comment and share. And so for social media to show my post in the future. And I hope you have a great week, and you will join me next week the same time, and we'll see what we're gonna have. And until then, happy stamping. Bye.